Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WildWeiler Weekly Wrap. As always, I am WildWeiler. I'm going to be honest with you, I thought about skipping doing the weekly wrap this week because I don't have time right now, but frankly, I love it, and I love you all so much that I'm going to do this one entirely improvised, off the dome, no script. Here we go. Topic 1. I finally finished the television show The Blacklist, starring James Spader, Megan Boone, Harry Lennox, and a couple of other people whose names I can't remember. Long story short, it was a waste of my time. It lasted 10 glorious seasons, apparently, or 9, or however many, I can't fully remember. And it does not pay off. It doesn't pay off. Not as bad as Lost doesn't. I guess you're not on TV for 10 freaking seasons if you don't have something going on, but I like James Spader's performance, but the later seasons are garbage. The middle seasons are garbage. The only good seasons are the early ones, and they're deeply problematic. In fact, I'm gonna kind of unscripted rant about my biggest problem with the Blacklist. And this is a problem in the earlier seasons more than it is in the later seasons, but it still needs to be talked about. A lot of the villains in the Blacklist either have physical or mental health diseases, problems, issues, whatever you want to call them. They are struggling with literal divergences, like they're either neurodivergent or physically divergent, and the show does a terrible job at villainizing them. And what I mean by that is it villainizes them, and that's what's terrible. It's everywhere. Like, so many of the episodes are just people struggling with mental illness, so they decided to become a serial killer. It's literally no different than the sort of gay murderer trope that's in a lot of televisions, or bisexual murderer trope. Some of you might know what I mean. You can look that one up on TV tropes. The point is the Blacklist did a terrible job of representation in many, many ways, and they try to pat themselves on the back in later seasons, but it's just a total mess. But I finished it. It doesn't end well. It ends stupidly because it can't survive its own hype. I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know. I just had to finish it. I had to know the answers. And now that I know the answers, boy, was I disappointed. Spoiler time because it's fun. The Blacklist, the long story short, is Raymond Reddington is actually Elizabeth Keene's biological mother, and then he transitioned later in life, so that's how they're related, and he cares about her, but it's confusing, and the show, for that being the big secret, doesn't once touch on transgender issues in any meaningful way, because he transitioned to steal somebody's identity in a twist that I could assume only J.K. Rowling could have, consulted on, because let's be honest, the whole reason for his transition is so he can become a crime lord, which is what? The gold medal of I transitioned to win the Olympics? I transitioned to become a crime lord, yay! It's not handled well, and it's really disappointing, and it's just a pile of things that they could have handled better, and they should have handled better, and the show was on for long enough to have handled better. Even if you're like, oh, well, it was, it started in 2011 or whenever it started. Yeah, sure, whatever, but it ended in 2022, so, they should have done better. That's that. Then I bought a game called Airship: Kingdoms Adrift. It's interesting. It's sort of a build your own airship adventure game that I just found on Steam. It's really fun. It's localized kind of weirdly, but honestly, it combines all the best parts of Sid Meier's Pirates and airships. So when I was a little kid, I was looking for free games on the internet, okay? But I really love pirate games. I love pirate games. So I played things like Port Royale or Port Royale style knockoffs, and got a whole bunch of viruses on the family computer looking for Port Royale style knockoffs. Sid Meier's Pirates, obviously right in there. That wasn't free, but And this game is like that. It takes a lot from those, and I have been enjoying it so far as a really cool ship building mechanic. I don't have any footage of it right now because, as I mentioned, I almost didn't make this episode, so I don't have time to get B-roll together. I like it. Thus far, it seems worth checking out. Don't have time to do a full in-depth review because I only really have like 90 minutes into the game, but the 90 minutes I've played, I've enjoyed, even if the game is a little handholdy. It's kind of weird. It's clearly localized from a non-English language, and the localization isn't always the best, but it is also weirdly very thoroughly voice acted, so I don't know. It's interesting. I'm enjoying it, and that is Airship, Kingdoms Adrift. It's worth checking out if that looks like your thing. Finally, I got my custom heads, my custom little heads for my Warhammer 40k kill team. They came in, and I put them on the things. I put them on the models, and they look great. And here's what they look like. Sorry for the blurry pictures, but, you know. So, yeah, my kill team's together. I'm building out the roster, you know. I'm moving forward. I'm working on a logo design for the Emperor, like a sigil, I should say. It's not going well. Here's what I got so far. It's not the best. I'm almost thinking like I need to now hire somebody to take this to completion because I'm not a graphic artist, and I built a reference. Like here's your reference, and I would like to go, you know, sort of forward with it. And I think I will do that. So stay tuned here. That does it for the weekly wrap this week. Thank you so much for watching. Coming up, we have more Warhammer 40k Space Marine. I haven't started another game yet because I've just been too busy. In any case, thank you so much for watching. I have been WildWeiler, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.